welcome to Raising Vibrations with myself, Simon. Today, what I'm going to be sharing with you is the Uranus series, and we're going to be continuing with Uranus's placement throughout the house system or the astrological system. So today we're going to be focusing on Uranus in the 7th house, okay? So the first thing that I want to share with you before we go ahead and delve into the information that is associated with this sign, I highly recommend that you watch the introduction video of this video series, okay? The reason being is because it grounds the perspective of what Uranus actually symbolizes in the birth chart. The whole purpose of understanding Uranus in the birth chart is to really get a grounded perspective of how it actually is operating within your consciousness. So if you were to integrate what you're going to hear here in this video relative to that introduction video, then you'll be able to see and have the synchronicities associated with it. It basically it's compatible in that sense. Okay, great. And then the second thing that I wanted to share with you is that when Uranus is in the 7th house, it also implies for people that have got Uranus in Libra, okay? And it also means that if Uranus is transiting or moving through your second house, your 7th house of your astrology chart, okay? So you might have Uranus in the 2nd house, but Uranus is actually moving through your 7th. Currently, at this point in time, this will apply to you in that way, okay? Great. So Uranus in the 7th house, wow, it's a little bit of a tricky situation to be in, to be honest. The reason why I say that is because we as human beings obviously need relationships, and the 7th house will correlate to that dynamic where we learn to create balance. That's one of the things that's really misunderstood in normal astrology, is that Libra is balanced. It's not. It's actually imbalanced. The purpose of creating balance through extremes is how it works. Which is why when you have Uranus in the 7th house and moving into that space, what's happening for the soul, what's happening for you, is that you are essentially fracturing and breaking down previous dynamics, previous relationship patterns, previous ways of understanding the nature of how you interact with relationships, how you're establishing your needs in relationships. These are all really coming up for review, and Uranus is saying, by the way, this is outdated, this is crystallized, this is not working for you, and so on and so forth. And you'll constantly be going through these experiences where it sometimes might be really difficult to hold on to a relationship for a very long time. Because a part of you feels like as soon as you get enmeshed into a relationship, these subconscious memories come through to you of relationships ending very quickly, or that there's this experience where they just get taken away from you. You know, so there's these sudden movements, these sudden changes in relationship dynamics that cause this trauma, that remind you that the last time that this happened for yourself, you know, that this pain was a part of the process. Now, again, because of the fact that Uranus is also in the 7th house experiencing this, wanting to actually integrate into a relationship in itself creates this kind of detachment where you feel like you're wanting to be part of a relationship, but you can't quite actually integrate with it in a way because there's this frozenness that exists. So the biggest thing that I encourage when recognizing the Uranus in the 7th house transit is to be really upfront and honest with the type of partner that you will integrate into your life, and say to them that, you know, there's a part of you that feels that then you need your independence in that way, so that you're able to not feel like you're completely enmeshed in it, or that you're going to be lost in that sense, and to also create a sense of individual integration, where each of you have your own individuality, your own sense of space in that way, and that you find a common ground that allows you to slowly but surely integrate yourself back into the dynamic of how relationships work in a way that doesn't trigger off traumatic experiences, that reminds you of the reason as to why these are actually manifesting for you. Okay, so something to think about in that sense. You know, again, with Uranus in the 7th house, there's a possibility, and sometimes even looking for the exit sign all the time in that way, and not actually giving yourself a part of the relationship. So the healing comes in this particular instance where you recognize that truth, you understand it in that way, and you allow your soul to go through the evolutionary necessity that is basically a part of you. You know, this is where you have Uranus, this is what's happening for you, this is what your lifetime lessons are in that way, and it's just about processing that in that sense and giving you a sense of stability so that there is balance. Okay. Great. I really hope that you resonated with this video in that sense. If you have, and you want to know more about your astrological signature and such, come over to my website, simonvorster.com. All the information's in the description below, and book a guidance session with myself. And we can actually look into more aspects into your natal chart to understand that, okay? Fantastic. Well, I really hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.